Hello everyone again. My name is Tony Mliro and welcome to the 360 Degrees podcast series. Well, today we're going to talk about how to sell yourself in an interview. And many people are grappling with this, and I've happened to have attended a few interviews of one panel, rather one person interviewer, two people, four people, and even to a maximum of nine people. The question is, how do you handle yourself in an interview? First, having been invited to an interview, it means you've beaten many odds. You've qualified among many people. Some people didn't make it to be called for an interview. So for you, you must take it as an aspect that you have won. So basically, how do you go about it? One, you need to confirm the location. You need to confirm the date, and also what is required of you, like what document are you supposed to carry. That is if you're going to a physical interview, and basically how should you dress. This is very paramount. You need to know how that organization dresses. You need to have a background of what they deal in, what they are grappling with, and basically how are they faring on generally. And the position maybe you had applied for, also you need to understand what is the role that you have applied for, and also you need to be prepared with a set of questions to also come and interview the interviewer, because you need to know why did they come up with such a position, and basically what are they looking for. You need to be hands-on. You need to prepare well and read widely about the organization, and also need to understand your industry, for example, where you are currently working. You never know, questions might come pop in from whichever place, but more so you need to concentrate also on the technical aspect of the job, and how you're coming in, and how you're planning to solve some of the challenges that you are facing. So that comes in handy. You need to work around that, and confidence is basically what will matter in terms of presentation, your speech, your voice, how you using your body language, how you're seated. All these things will come into play. So you need to be prepared. They might ask you very interesting questions as well. So just be ready for that. And maybe I'll touch on that at the end of this. So basically, you may be asked tell about yourself. You can tell them what you are, what your interests are, uh, what you love doing, of course, during your free time, you know, and basically how you progressed in terms of your career, in terms of your education, what are you pursuing, what are you passionate about. So those are the things that come into play when you're asked about yourself. So think about it, compose yourself, and ensure that you give the best account of yourself as far as that is concerned. You might be asked also some of the questions, perhaps you might be asked include like you know like salary. What is your expected salary? This usually many people grapple with this. So basically, you can also tell the interviewer that what is the offer that they give to, and what is the value of that position to the company. What can they pay, and what is the value of that position to the company. Or you can give a range, or if you've done what you call a background check about the profession and the position, you can give a range. If they press you so much, you can just quote a figure. You know what you've been paid before. You can make adjustment to that to ensure that you are also commensurated according to the contribution that you're going to give for the organization. Then another question they might ask you is, for example, what do you think is your weakness? A very interesting and more like a trip question, but you must be prepared to answer it to the best of your knowledge. For example, you can say that you did what? You trusted somebody so much while you are working with them, and the action did hurt you so much, or your business and your co-partners, and that you've learned a lot, and therefore in future engagement you need to you know you need to learn more about people. And then another question perhaps they might ask you is, where do you see yourself, let's say, in the next few years? You must think about this so much in terms of what contribution you want to make also, and how you want to grow as a person. And then uh, another question maybe perhaps you can be asked is, part of the weakness. You can say that you are so dedicated to your work that sometimes some of your colleagues may not appreciate it, but maybe your employer or your boss, of course, appreciates such initiative from your side. You can go about it anyhow, provided you grasp yourself and you answer such questions appropriately. Basically, these are some of the questions, but the most important thing is you need to be engaging. Also have questions on your end so that you can be able to ask the employer, like I alluded to when you're beginning this. Ask them why this position came about and what are the challenges they are facing, and how you can use your skills and expertise, which you need to highlight them conspicuously, so that they understand that you're up to the task and to the new challenges. Also, they might ask you, for example, if you've been a leader in your organization, they'll ask you perhaps what are the challenges you faced and what have you learned. You should be able to answer such questions. For example, you can say that, you've learned that people or your team is a diverse team, and each, of course, they come with a different perspective, which you need to incorporate so that you are able to guide them in an appropriate way to achieve the set goals for your department or your position for that matter. So questions are many. I thought these are some of the questions perhaps that I should try and talk about going forward, so that you're better placed to tackle your interview. The most important thing is your confidence, your mastery of your technical skill, and the skills perhaps you might bring on board that may help the organization grow or advance in achieving its vision and goals. So that's it for today. I want to wish you a good day, and of course, when you're out there, make it a better place for you and everyone else. Otherwise, have a lovely day. Cheers.